I'm trying to tell you, like it's like when I was bumping Pac and I heard that nigga say, "Rest in peace, Biggie." I said this AI shit is deeper than we think, man. This shit been going back to late '90s,
Fuck your shit, bro.
early 2000s, my nigga. Y'all niggas think all them Pac? You think that nigga recorded all them songs? That nigga was only death
Fuck
row
your
for 8
shit.
months, my nigga. He was only on death row for 8 months. He wasn't out of jail for that long. He didn't have a full year on death row. The only albums he recorded with death row is All Eyes on Me, maybe a few cuts that didn't make All Eyes on Me, and Makaveli. So like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he has more posthumous albums than he has when he was alive.
That's a fact.
That's kind of insane when you think about that.
It's kind of crazy. It's
But
more
who was
AI Pac
control
than
of
it
Pac
is
shit?
real Pac.
Because I know his mom wasn't. Oh, there you go.
Interscope.
You talking about the same Interscope that Michael Jackson called out?
The same Interscope that lied and said they didn't bail him out of jail when they bailed him out of jail. They said, we're not going to bail him out of jail, but gave the money to Suge Knight
and
to bail him out of jail. Right?
Permission.
And so he signed a Death Row Records. And
Bro,
Death
they
Row Records
gave
was signed to
Suge the
Interscope.
permission to move how he was moving.
Exactly.
But that's all.
Ooh, y'all niggas. How about this? Y'all niggas opening up a can of worms with this shit.
This shit is crazy.
I mean, you're not lying though. Like you were saying, all them albums after '97, after
'96,
after '96, word, because the Don Illuminati album
is '96. It's November 5th.
Look at this. Y'all see what this shit says? I don't know if this has any credence to this topic, but this don't sit right with me. As Makaveli? That sound like, yo, this is not really Pac. Let's just use his alias and put these records out. I don't know. There's something fishy about that. Because that's the only one that says As Makaveli. He went by Makaveli a lot.
The Dark Illuminati, right? The 7 Day Theory album, right? I don't... He died at this point, so I don't know whether or not they wanted to use that name. I don't think he would have went with the Makaveli for the name, for the... I don't know. It's weird. But these are his songs. He does have a video for Living Down in L.A.
True. Hail Mary is on here.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. If you listen, me and my girlfriend, if you listen to it, it's definitely him. There's a difference between the Illuminati album and Are You Still Down album. There's a huge difference in wordplay, lyricism, his voice tone, all that shit.
Yeah, I think they gave us fake Pac shit.
Hell yeah, they gave us fake Pac shit. All that shit. That song with him and Keisha Cole. Shit. One of my favorite 2pac songs after further review. If Heaven Got a Ghetto. I love that song. That's not Pac though.
Yeah, he got a lot of posthumous joints where it's kind of questionable. Damn, niggas gave us fake Pac. Now they giving us fake Big. Yo, on that Biggie song, he had a line about Nipsey and Pop Smoke, bro. I heard that and I was disgusted, my nigga. I almost threw up. Timbo co-signing this shit, son.
Man, like I said, I don't think the more I watch this shit, the more I kind of realize, you know, I'm less mad or making it personal about Timbaland, because like I said, we don't even know what's real anymore, dog. I don't know if this man genuinely is sporting this shit or if it's a fucking commercial. Not to say if it's a commercial that makes it any better, because you're getting paid to say some shit for people to believe and go support or spend their money on, so you can like
or get outraged.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, can't really take it out on him, man, because the whole, you know, we've been watching celebs from kids, like, you know, they've been playing in our face, pause, and spewing.
Yeah, that's a pause.
Yeah, and just spewing, you know, bullshit for us to go buy some shit or think some shit works for us, and it's not healthy.
Capitalism, man. Like, and with this AI shit, it gets tricky. Cause I mean, they already with the media and how news stories get put out there nowadays in 2023. It's pretty difficult to really know what's true. You know what I mean? Like, they can kind of make us believe anything at this point, which they already have been. But it's getting a little bit more tricky when AI technology exists to where you can have the likeness and the voice of somebody say some shit they didn't really say just because you have a library of the words they've ever used in their life recorded somewhere, and they could put a whole new set of words together. Like right now, because we have 59 episodes of this pod, bro, they can go back through our shit and put sentences together of shit that we never said, bro, just because they have us saying different words for hours. Like we have hours of content on the internet. That shit is wild, son. It's wild, bro. Like, I want to talk about a little bit before, because I do want to get into this article right here. It says 2pac's Dear Mama FX series earns perfect rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which don't mean shit,
means
but
nothing. Zero. Zilch.
Nada. But it's a great motherfucking series. But we gonna get into that right. I want to pull up this article about the Godfather of I want to give my man his real name. They calling him the Godfather of AI. He recently quit Google on his own, under his own volition. I mean, he didn't get fired. It wasn't bad blood leaving. He quit on his own for the reason of getting this news out there and being able to disclose this information of how he feels this AI is dangerous, bro. It's my man named Jeffrey Hinton, the Godfather of AI. Basically came up and said, yo, with climate change, he said there's three things that could endanger the society. You know, I mean, he's a scientist. I forget his actual title, but he said it's climate change. He said it's this AI shit, and I forget what the third one, and probably like war or some shit. I forget what it was. But he was saying with climate change, we can easily like, you know what I mean? It's easy to recommend what we can do to stop that shit. We just aren't doing it. He said eventually things will be okay if we just stop burning carbon. Climate change will be fine. But for this AI shit, it's not clear at all what we should fucking do to stop it from becoming like too powerful. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's insane, son.
Just stop. Whoever's behind there's somebody behind the AI. The computer just don't run on its own. That's why it'd be just bullshit for people. It's like, yeah, the person who made it, just tell them to stop. Just close the operation down. But no, this is what's gonna happen, and I'm pretty sure it already. Listen, I'm a level 5er. Okay, for those crack rock familiar people, I said crack rock familiar. Crack rock
tongue twister, bro. I told you that shit tough to say.
Yeah, it is. I'm a level 5er, meaning I look beyond the bullshit. Okay, these niggas want to issue in this AI shit as quickly as possible. Okay, you already got people in Hollywood saying that they use sometimes AI for scripts and this and that. Listen, some of your favorite movies may have some AI scripts in there, some AI dialogue. Who knows? But they want to issue that shit in because it saves them niggas money. They don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. Imagine you could have a perfect AI generated script and not have to pay a writer for it.
Man, I mean, perfect transition. I don't even know if you knew you just did that. It goes right in hand with what my man Jeffrey was saying. Getting back to them making us believe everything, he said, yo, he's worried that AI will help disseminate false information and eliminate jobs. And we see right now is currently going on. The writer strike in Hollywood is happening as we speak for that same reason, bro. Like you said, they on strike because obviously they want to get paid more with the introduction of streaming recently. You know what I mean? Streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, all that shit. They've been getting the short end of the stick or the short end of the pencil or pen, you know what I mean? Because they don't get the same royalties that they would have got if their show or their movie was airing on cable or it was being replayed on different networks and shit. They give them one fee now, and they looking at you like, yeah, what else you want? Stream royalties? We can't do that. We can't do that. So the writers right now are fighting for, like I said, more money, but they're also fighting for, like you said, there's studios out there that are using this AI technology to write scripts, probably already have. There's probably movies out there that was made like this that we don't know of that might come out in the future, and we'll be like, oh shit, that was made by AI. They were saying they want to put language in their new contracts to say specifically these studios cannot use this AI technology to write scripts and do their job basically. And Hollywood was like, nah, fuck that. We're not putting that in there. So we're in a weird time right now, son. Like, it's with the writer's strike, the last time it happened was in 2007, I believe. I forget what they were trying to negotiate back then, but with the writer's strike comes actors' strikes right after that, bro. Because they're already, both of their unions are on the same page. A lot of actors are coming out saying, yo, we stand with the writers. I'm not sure if y'all seen any actors you may see on the gram, or, you know what I mean? They coming out saying, like, hey, we with them niggas. So shit could get real spooky. Shows like them late night shows already been off the air for a week. Like Jimmy Fallon and all them type of shows where it's heavily dependent upon the writers. Shit's ain't been on TV, God. Them shit's been off. So we in a weird time right now, bro. Like, I think specifically for niggas like us, what we doing, we might be in the perfect like position with our pod and where entertainment and content and shit is going. We kind of got in early, not in the sense of podding, but how we do our YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is something I want to keep my eye on, man. Like, this is just the last thing about the AI. Research by Goldman Sachs estimate that AI could impact up to 300 million full-time jobs, bro.
I believe it, nigga. That shit is already. Listen, y'all. Don't be surprised when you find out that some of these commercials that you be watching is AI generated commercials, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You heard? These niggas ain't putting out that much commercials, nigga. All right?
Pac ain't put out that much music, nigga. You couldn't record all that shit.
You feel what I'm saying? Them niggas ain't putting out that much commercials, my nigga. All them little Claritin commercials you see, the little allergy commercials,
little
with niggas you never seen in your life before. Shit might be AI generated.
With the lady in the tub and shit.
Yeah.
Yo, all pharmaceutical commercials be the most random shit, bro. They'll tell you this medication is to help you with so and so, and then list 35 ways this shit could kill you. And then they have a visual of a nigga in a tub or a nigga catching a football. Like,
I read some shit recently where they were saying, I think like some college student or some shit like that. He came up with some AI to like write papers for him, something like that.
That exists, bro. Like, I just worked on my new resume. I had the AI write the shit for me. Flawless too, nigga. Shit. Shout out to the new job I'm about to get because of this shit, nigga. Literally, that shit took me like 3 minutes. Dead ass.
That shit crazy, man. That shit wild, my nigga. AIs can do a lot, man. I be watching, like, you know, because they be having, like, you know, little videos and shit. I seen this AI make a fucking burger commercial. That shit was scary looking, but it's a commercial.
It did it, though.
It's there. We already know, like I said, the government, you know what I'm saying? Listen, trust us. We know the government. We cool with them niggas. This is a government issue podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the real deal right here. You heard, people? This is it. This is it, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I lost track what the fuck I was gonna say. That this is it, Michael Jackson kind of threw me off.
That line was too good. You couldn't even get past it to the next one.
Yeah. Damn, fuck.
I mean, just to put it, you was talking about the commercial.
Oh yeah, they be having the government be having shit before we get it. You know what I'm saying? So like, if when we had the iPhone 1, the original iPhone 1, the niggas had the iPhone 5 or 6, my nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They give it to us slowly but surely over time. You know what I mean? Yep. So
something just to pay attention to, all y'all listeners out there. You know what I mean? If y'all haven't been aware of just the constant increase in AI technology over the last 6 months, I would say, take a look into it, man. It's some interesting shit, man. It's really fucking interesting, B. But just like all them commercials y'all niggas see, they ain't making that much. They getting help with them shits. Just like All them Pac records, man. Them shits, nigga couldn't have made all them music. We've been watching this Dear Mama series on FX. We seen how that nigga life was, man. He didn't have that much time, bro. Like he was doing
yeah, nigga was in out of jail, all types of shit, my nigga. When the fuck did this nigga have time to record all these tracks? They ain't even have an episode like this nigga Pac was in the studio for like 3 months straight.
I ain't seen one studio episode. He just coming out with fire ass music. Yo, mom, listen to this one right here. Dear Mama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, bro, what?
Like the nigga wasn't even in the studio like that. He was booked. He was doing this. He was doing that. He was always in some shit. He was on set with movies. Like when the nigga recorded all this music, nigga. When?
They made it a thing to like I guess leave out that part because we kind of know a lot about Pac, right? So
right.
I mean, maybe the point of the docuseries isn't to highlight when he started making music or when he had the time to go to the studio and record this album, or I think it was more so about like where his mind was at, the point of him even becoming or doing music, his message in music.
Yeah, they did a really good job of just showcasing that side of who Pac was and how he became to be who he was and the type of music he was making. You know what I mean? It's well, so first I want to give a shout out to FX because goddamn, FX don't seem to miss with their shows, bro. They kind of getting up. Obviously, they not because HBO been around for a long time. They on a streak right now. I mean, they got this, they got The Bear, they got Snowfall, which Snowfall kind of put them up there in
season, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying in terms of the good content that they have on the network. Not like I said, I compared it to HBO, but Atlanta, we got shows like Dave. They got some shit over there. same show, but just
like more
different
black
types
guys
of. Yeah, but back to and shout out to my man Allen Hughes. He's the one that directed this this documentary series. But what I was saying, they follow the story of his mom's Afeni Shakur and Tupac. And they blend the storyline really perfectly, honestly, because they have both of them narrating it, which is through old footage, which is wow, like that's kind of is that AI? Like, you know what I mean? Like they got old ass footage that I'm not sure if it's never before seen, but a lot of that shit is they got shit of Pac like early on, bro. But y'all been watching that. What y'all like? What do y'all think about it? You know, what I mean, they showing his mom as a Black Panther. How Pac even became revolutionary.
I was skipping all that Black Panther shit.
You was skipping it? Why?
I mean, I watched some of it, but after a while, like episode 3, I started skipping that shit. I'm like, all right, we get it, niggas, we get it.
But like, why though? You just didn't want to watch it, or was it just like?
I just wasn't interested. They just didn't really do it for me. Like, it was just like niggas. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it was important because, like I said, I knew about his mom. I knew she was a Black Panther. I didn't know the severity of it. Like, she was a fucking high-ranking member in the Black Panther.
She was the big homie. She was a Black Panther.
The big cheese.
Yeah, she could have donned the suit.
Word, like, and then just relating it back to Pac, like everybody in his life were like these super revolutionary figures, fam. Like his step pops was like another one of the high ranking officials. His godfather was like another nigga. It's like, yo, who was this guy, bro? Pac, like I knew, like this is probably
and he was Pac was a poet, and I was watching an interview with Styles P talking about it. He was saying Styles was Pac was a poet that just happened to know how to make music.
Yeah, and they talk about that. Saying? They show him talking about like I think they even show like his poem book, like him writing poems. He would say like
Yeah, he's definitely a poet. That's why his shit was so. That's why he wasn't the type of nigga to do subliminals. Because poets don't do subliminals. When a poet is speaking, a poet is
They
very
want you to know what they're
direct.
saying. Yeah,
they want you to know what they're talking about. So like that's why I hit him up and shit like Against All Odds. He had to say niggas' names because I can't. He doesn't know how to write in that subliminal space. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes poets
And
don't
he wasn't
rhyme.
a
Pop didn't
subliminal
rhyme all
type
the
nigga
time.
either. Well, you could tell he was like a upfront.
He wasn't.
You know,
he wasn't.
nigga
He was very upfront.
He made a decision.
Very
Nigga.
upfront.
He wasn't letting you.
That nigga Jamal is a fucking bitch ass nigga. He gonna let you know who Jamal is and what he did.
That nigga gonna pull up on you with the fucking revolver on the roof, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that just goes. But I'm sorry to bring up the AI shit again. But like those AI songs was real rapidy. If you listen to the AI, it was real rappy rap, and it's just like,
and
that's
why
not Pac, nigga.
I be telling niggas like, hey, don't get me wrong, like, and I'm not taking away from Pac. He's a legend, like, in my opinion, obviously, to the world. Yeah,
a couple of people's opinions,
but I don't put him in that space with rappers. Since I watched his documentary.
No, I don't.
After watching this, yeah, I was gonna say definitely after watching this, it kind of, cause you know, like we East Coast niggas. Of course, I love Pac. I had to go back and get an admiration for Pac over time, obviously, but it was more for the music. This
though,
shit right here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, he was great at making music, but
he was bigger than
he
music.
was bigger than.
That's what this showed me. That's what this really showed me. Like the nigga was way bigger.
He was getting his message, you know, through the music to certain crowds. But I think, like you said, like, you know, he was a poet, so
definitely,
touching the people
man.
was like his way of speaking.
Throughout the entire series, which I love, like I said, I love that they didn't really focus on the music. They kind of sprinkled it in through situations that happened in his life. Like the situation where he got locked up and he got out of jail, and I think his mom was pissed at him. And he was like, yo, listen to this, mom. He played a dead mama and shit. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Even the way that they were presenting how his records came about was poetic. You know what I mean? Like, Pac lived a wild life, man. I didn't know he cut his hair and went bald because after he got assaulted by the police. And I think that's the moment where he switched. You know what I mean? Like in the doc, they mentioned, I think, 2 instances when he met Haitian Jack to do the above the rim character.
I don't think he switched right there. I think he switched, and I think they showed it in the doc too. I think he switched when they killed that little boy.
And and that was right after he got beat up by the cops. I think the switch was when he got beat up by the cops. I was just adding that because that's what they said in the show. They were saying like, yo, he tried to embody who Haitian Jack was. He became him. But in the show, they were like, yo,
if you listen to his, go ahead. So
basically, Pac was saying his words himself. Like, you seen the change in him after he got assaulted by the cops. He didn't like that shit. So anytime he had a chance to mention it, he would mention that shit in the light of like, yo, fuck that. This is the type of time I'm on right now. I'm trying to protect my people from shit like this.
Right. No, but if you listen to his music, it's a blueprint of his changes. Like from 2pacs Now, he was like, you know what? Fuck the police. They could suck a dick, burn in hell, kiss my ass. Right. He was always on that fuck the police shit. Don't get it fucked up. Always fuck the police. Strictly for my niggas. This was around the time of Digital Underground, but he was still saying fuck the police, but it was party music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Holla If You Hear Me is definitely like club record, but it's about killing the cops. You know, real niggas.
That trap record.
You know what I'm saying? But even on that same album, on where is it at? Where am I going? Okay, on that same album, you have Keep Your Head Up, I Get Around. So it really is, you know what I'm saying? And he even like on certain songs, he did a Stretch produced a New York version of Holla If You Hear Me, which is like Mad New York, which is like my favorite version of that song. Yeah, so it was just more partying, you know what I'm saying? Still fuck the police. And then you got Me Against the World. Now, Me Against the World, he was hanging out with Haitian Jack at that time.
Yeah.
This is like from the start of him recording that album to the end when he got locked up, because that was the album that came out when he got locked up for the what was it, the gun charges or something like that?
I think it might have been the gun charge.
And the rape case at the same time. He was fighting both those cases in jail. And he had got shot, I believe. Everybody had got shot.
Yeah, he had got shot in '94. That was at Quad. They mentioned that.
Yeah, right. So that Me Against the World is literally it's about that whole situation. When the album was very suicidal, it's very dark album.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But he was definitely that's when he became thug life. It wasn't about fuck the police at that point. It was about fuck these niggas that be hating on me and all this extra wild shit. And I want to kill myself. And if they kill me. Then he came home to All Eyes on Me. And it was fuck Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? Death Row. I feel like
Pac lived many lives, bro. Like in a short amount of time, he lived multiple lives, bro. And I think
he was happy at Death Row. I fully believe he was happy. I don't believe that the things that he was saying. People say like he wasn't. He was happy at Death Row.
Yeah.
If you listen to his music on Death Row,
I ain't mad at you. It's a nice feel good song.
He wasn't. Yeah, he was very happy. He was fine. Like fuck, I'm rich now. I got money. I'm good. I could do this. I could do that. I'm with the homies. I got this thug life shit going on. Like he was very fucking happy. Even on fucking Makaveli.
I don't know if he was happy, but he just sounded free.
All I need in my life is sin is me and my girl.
Free, yeah. I wouldn't say freedom. It sounded more like freedom.
Yeah, he was free. Yeah, he was. It was, but that's his happiness though. He wasn't tied down to this East Coast shit. He wasn't fucking with niggas trying to extort him. The West Coast niggas showed that nigga mad
and I'm
love.
not taking away from what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, I don't really think that means he was necessarily happy. And we don't know him personally. But like,
oh no, of course not.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He's a poet and he speaks his truth. So his conviction and his tones of songs and what he was talking about. This was the flamboyant Pac. This was the I'm balling on you niggas Pac. All Eyes on Me.
Yeah.
Even Makaveli album. He was still talking about balling on niggas. Nigga, I'm fucking rich. Nigga, I will fucking. He even said it like Jimmy Henchman and y'all niggas like, nigga, I got. He said y'all niggas told me I gotta have money to go to war. I got money now, nigga. What's up? He was hype off that act shit. You know what I'm saying? So
let's speak about how this nigga Pac was beloved by everybody. This nigga had backing by the Bloods and the Crips. Nigga had the Black Panthers on his side. This nigga was going from different community centers to speak to kids and adults. Like Pac lived many lives, bro. It's insane. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't think people in this day and age would appreciate Pac though.
Clearly they don't. I ain't heard nobody talk about this show outside of us.
I think Pac would have been against all that drill shit. I think Pac would have been against all this other shit coming out nowadays. I think he would have been against it, and they would have called that nigga. He'd have been like, they call old niggas the haters. Tupac would have been labeled the biggest hater to these young niggas.
Yeah, it's hard to say though, man, because it's like,
nah, he would have.
I'm not disagreeing on him saying that, but I'm just saying it's hard to say because, like, as he evolved in his career as a poet and an artist, who knows where his music would have went? Not saying it would have conformed to what this music of now would have been, but maybe he would have been on some like, yo, how J. Cole be like. J. Cole don't fuck with that drill shit, but he don't shun it either. You know what I mean? It's just hard to say, but man, but that's what I was saying. I'm like, outside of us, obviously, like, I haven't listened to many podcasts, but I haven't heard anybody like at all mention this shit. Maybe I'm not a whip, maybe I'm not hip, but I thought a show about Pac on FX, that's a pretty accessible network to get to. You know what I mean? Niggas watch other shows on there. Snowfall just went off. So I thought I would hear more people talking about this shit, but hey, I don't know. Check it out. Crack Rock La Familia. You know what I mean? This is a recommendation. I think I want to, maybe next pod we could kind of break down like episodically. You know what I mean? For the tubes and shit, for the people. Because they got 4 episodes out right now. I've only seen the first 3. I'm not sure if y'all seen all 4 yet. But, Pac was a Harlem nigga, man. New York nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.